Yep, Nintendo is making a theme park at Universal Studios. Though, how could you miss it? So it's anyone's guess what will be there. But what better to do than speculate and hope to try to get an idea of what they could do. I'll rank ideas based on how likely I think the idea is. If we based it on awesomeness, the list would be almost reversed. I also will most likely exclude amusement park areas, so no Pinna Park coaster or Mario Chase. This is not gonna happen, at least even quarter scale, which if you resize too much, it'd be like Spinal Tap. But it would be so cool to go on a fly-through of the Bionis and Mechonis, or even Miro while giant animatronic titans fought. And maybe Hom animatronics fought in areas. It would be a crazy ride or coaster, but it probably won't happen until Nintendo buys Disney, and the country of New Zealand. If there's one video game world more worthy of being explored than the one from Xenoblade, it would be the much tinier Weyard from Golden Sun. Unfortunately, such a deep universe would likely also exceed realistic expectations, due to price and practicality. Realistically, if this happened, it'd be the kiddiest ride of kiddie rides, and likely would use those disorienting screens. If they gave you some sort of control, this could be cooler and worth doing. Otherwise, it probably will happen and will be a total yawn machine. Though maybe they could recreate the parachuting somehow in a drop-type ride. A bit more feasible than a Xenoblade or Golden Sun tour ride would be one based on Termina. Just have it run through the area, have a terrifying moon slowly drop and become more menacing, have the Skull Kid terrorize you as you ride, and then right as the moon's nose clearly touches your head, the giants rise and push the moon up so it can crash again. Imagine aerial bumper cars. This is something that could actually be done, kind of, maybe, with harnesses. But it would probably be harder than it'd be worth. The appeal of Chibi-Robo was being tiny and surviving in a massive world. Few things would be as awesome as being escorted through a giant house under siege by the spiders, where you are Chibi-Robo size. However, Nintendo made it clear Chibi-Robo is dead to them. I kind of doubt this, just because too many people would go in expecting to leave in clothes they can still wear, which would make the concept terrible. This would be the perfect opportunity to create the craziest paintball game ever though. I guess they could make a slime to shoot so it could wash out and just have the exit drop straight into a constantly filtered pool. Maybe if Splatoon does well enough, they deal with the people that underestimate the warning. You will be blue from head to toe. Your clothes will be blue. You will poop blue for a month. It's not our problem to clean you. There will be a ton of stupid Mario rides, that is a given. One that could be cool would be a golf course based on Mario Golf. Maybe make it a 9-hole mini-golf with all kinds of hazards, spring-loaded note blocks, chomps, wigglers marching around, even a hungry steam-snorting Bowser blocking your way. It'd be the most awesome mini-golf of your life. Taking a step away from rides for a moment, there are plenty of foods and beverages to cash in on. Vanillish cones, Yoshi's cookies, and Chuckola Cola. The only thing that could make Chuckola Cola more perfect is if they hired people to tell bad jokes to the soda machine, since that is how the soda is made. The technology isn't quite here, but it is coming. Imagine if you were able to pit your robot against another using only your mind to fight. This could realistically be a later edition, if Nintendo remembers the franchise, which we know they won't. If they wanted to have a more adventure ride, they could make a haunted house based on Luigi's Mansion and the ghost houses. They could make it so you have to wander around lost and solve simple puzzles to escape as ghosts laugh and appear, as well as have super guides hiding ready to jump out and rush people to the exit when children start crying. Insert Baby Mario, Mamma Mia. There will so be a ride based on Mario Kart. It could range in awesomeness from a crazy bumper cart with item panels, holograms that allow you to call a speed boost, throw a hologram shell, and so on, to just terrible kiddie ride. There will have to be a Pokemon attraction. The best one would obviously be Pokemon Snap. Have you ride in cars surrounded by animatronic or holographic Pokemon trying to take their picture. They can even go the Splash Mountain route and take pictures of the riders. Then at the end, they can overcharge you for prints of the pictures after editing out the girls who flash their Pokeballs. You also have to have Kirby, who could have a pretty cool coaster based on Kirby Air Ride. Not a crazy coaster, but something to throw kids and give adults awkward nerd boners. What is happening? Imagine Splash Mountain crossed with Space Mountain. Water coasters and fast coasters are always a big hit for some reason, despite the water being sticky and turning your eyes as red as K. Rool's. So why not combine them? The fastest coaster that crashes into the water several times. That'd definitely capture the spirit of F-Zero, especially if it constantly twisted and looped. Though crazy looping, speed, and water might combine to equal it being known as Vomit Mountain. The ultimate shameless kiddie ride cash-in. An industrial trampoline skinned like a mushroom with padded blocks for safety. Yet I'm sure plenty of adults would compete with the kids. One of Disney's best rides has to be Expedition Everest, and Donkey Kong could easily be able to top it in throwing in nostalgia as you ride in minecarts through the jungle. Mario 3D World introduced Plessie, a massively rideable dinosaur who would make a perfect family-friendly ride through the water with a few wilder parts. As technology advances, virtual reality rides are going to become more common. I have no doubt Nintendo and Universal would dig into Nintendo's C-tier franchises to make a virtual reality space shooter where you tilt your chair to fly, and aim to train for the next time Star Fox is rebooted, when Andros declares war. Episode question. No closing remarks, just here. What kind of rides come to your mind? Crazy realistic? There are far more possibilities than anyone could name. But I tried. I earnestly tried to name them all. But I failed. I'm sorry I failed you. So hey, how about some cards? And that lawnmower, you can hear that lawnmower, can't you? Damn you, lawnmower. Why are you getting closer? Who the hell is mowing outside my window?